is over.
What's going on, guys? We're back with the Davis Sports Feud, and I got my buddy Corey Sparks here.
Crossed up, definitely pushed by Paul George. Everything's a push these days.
I just don't think this offense is going to work very well, especially under a defensive coach like Robert.
But I would still probably take like Najee Harris over one of the wide receivers.
Oh, hello there. This is a podcast. We do things here.
Hey,
We do.
My name is Kyle Davis. That's Tyler. That's T-Bone. This is the Davis Sports Feud. How we doing, guys?
Woo!
T-Bone's looking pretty good right now.
Oh, actually, I'm now
Arizona
terrible
Cardinals.
because I just found out they're making Expendables 4.
Look at that
So, you
champion. I got champion merch on.
Yeah, because that sounds like it's going to be an awesome movie.
No.
We're going to kick things off with a random question. I'm bringing one to the table for once because apparently I never do it.
Yeah, but
I've
goddamn
done it
time.
once since we've done it.
And obviously, this is a sports podcast, so it's going to be a question about podcast. But outside, not sports related podcast, what is your favorite podcast to listen to that is not sports related? What do you guys
Does
got?
esports count?
That is still sports.
Okay.
So are you looking for type or specific podcast names?
Like the actual podcast
Okay.
that you guys listen to on a regular basis.
So I got a few. Really big into true crime. That's my shiz right now. So a couple great true crime podcasts that I listen to are Criminal. Really enjoy
Naturally.
Criminal. I've listened to it since the beginning. It came out around the same time that Serial was like taking over podcasts everywhere. I listen to a Scary Stories podcast. That's always fun.
Mhm.
And then I listen to a few or a few movie podcasts, and then I listen to a political podcast. So I'm kind of all
I don't
around
touch those.
All right.
all around the board. Well, I actually listen to it's a Democrat and a Republican, and they left like big like news to like form their own news site, so they're trying to like not
We're trying to
be
be
as
fun.
biased.
right.
Yeah, so like I enjoy them.
Okay, T-Bone podcast.
Okay. The first one is done. It's called The Eavesdrop. It's done by the owner and operator of Optic Gaming, but he does like, it's not game. I mean, it is gaming focused, but it's more of a lifestyle. He'll interview like other CEOs and that he interacts with. He just launched his like own weed company, so he kind of interviews just a lot of like interesting people. Another one is BFFs. It is Dave Portnoy's podcast with
Gross.
Josh Richards,
Don't
who's a
you
TikTok
slander
star,
that man.
which is
Dude, I hate Dave
hilarious.
Portnoy.
I
With
hate-
undying
dude,
passion. He's
I
a
hate-
terrible human being.
I didn't like Dave Portnoy either, but like I actually enjoy this podcast because it's basically like a boomer and a zoomer like just discussing pop culture and like TikTok trends, and they're like, "Oh, how old are you, Dave?" And they like ask him about this. He goes, "I have no fucking idea." So it's kind of like they poke a lot of fun at Portnoy, which is nice.
Yeah, because he
Mhm.
sucks.
Yeah.
T-Bone doesn't like him because he's a Michigan fan.
I'm a Michigan fan. What do you
I
mean?
know. I know.
I just don't like him. He's not good. And then the other one is the Hey Babe podcast with oh god, I can't say their name. They're Sal from Impractical Jokers,
Mhm.
and him and this other guy Chris. They're both comedians.
Is that the one that went viral when they were talking about Tupperware?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
that
okay.
podcast. Yep.
All right.
Mhm.
So those are the two. There's
So
three,
the ones I like to listen to when I like to switch it up from sports is the one's The Basement Yard with Joe Santiago.
I listened to that one.
Just random bullshit. You never know what you're gonna get. I listened to their very first episode, and they were the topic at hand was like the world's largest cock or something, and I'm like, okay, this will be interesting. Let's listen to this.
Yeah, their most recent episode, Surviving the Real Life Squid Game.
Yeah, I gotta listen to that one. I'll probably listen to that on my way to work tomorrow.
I still gotta watch Squid Games.
Fuck you. You're just doing it to be different now.
No,
I didn't watch Squid Game. Okay,
I haven't watched. I want to watch it, but the
Uh-huh.
issue is Marissa does not want to watch it, so I have to find time whenever we're not spending time together to watch it.
No spoilers. The old man's the best guy, best character.
That's what I've heard.
Absolutely incorrect.
What?
No way. No.
What?
Mm-mm.
Then who's the best character?
I'm not. No, I'm not.
You saying the
spoiling it for
antagonist like that piece of shit?
I'm
like
not.
gangster dude?
I'm not about to get into it because otherwise I'm gonna have to go into it and explain, and I'm gonna spoil it. So I'm not.
Yeah, that's true.
Well,
the other one I
really need
listen to
watch
all.
this one.
The other one I like to listen to all the time is with Trevor Wallace and Michael Blaustein, I think his name is. Stiff Socks.
Stiff Socks. That's a good
Stiff
one.
Socks.
I've heard of Stiff Socks. Yeah.
That's another good one.
One that Joe Santagato does is Other People's Lives. That one, he does it with his friend Greg, and they basically will interview people with like they've interviewed people, a guy who's been in prison for 20 years. They interviewed a prison guard. They've interviewed a person who was a furry, person who lived in their car, just like very diverse group of people.
Oh, yeah.
And I will read off the most recent episode of that one because it is my sexsomnia. My partner has sex with me in his sleep. It's a very out there. It's interesting. All the time, you basically could just download it and then just waiting for them to do a topic or a person that you have some interest or are curious about. So, good podcast.
So does anybody want to pick a nice topic for us to start on? We have quite a few of them to pick from.
I'll take a look here.
I'm just kind of perusing and moving things around, so don't mind me.
Are any of these quarterbacks actually good? These rookie quarterbacks?
Okay, well, let's start there. Worst rookie quarterbacks.
Are any of them actually good? Will be good?
I don't know.
Will be and are two completely different questions.
Yeah.
Are
None
any
of them are
good right now? And who has the best chance to be the best of them?
I think it's still Trevor Lawrence.
Oh.
And the reason I say Trevor Lawrence is because, they're going to lose games, and I don't think Urban Meyer's going to be there. If they get a better head coach, I think he has a really good chance because he's showing improvement over every single week he's been playing, and he finally got his first win last weekend, not this past weekend, but the weekend before that, because I think they were on a bye this week. But he's showing signs that he's improving every single week. Zach Wilson looks like dog shit.
Is that the Jets?
Let's see. Yeah.
Well,
but that's an unfair
really
assessment too.
With the Sam Darnold thing. Like
right.
Are the Jets just an organization that just kind of chews up and spits out quarterbacks? But I mean, with how Sam Darnold looks, I don't know. Like maybe they are just bad at drafting quarterbacks.
Yeah, but Sam Darnold has shown that he looks much better than he ever did in New York.
Okay, so what's the difference between Sam Darnold and Mark Sanchez? Like,
Mark Sanchez had better weapons, and the Jets organization
and
actually
their
had a
defense
decent
was
head
phenomenal.
coach.
Yeah, right.
And a very defensive-minded head coach.
So not the things around them. What's the difference between Mark Sanchez and Sam Darnold? Other than their cast of characters, like nothing. They're both as inconsistent.
Well, you could say that for almost any quarterback. Take away every guy's weapons and defense and head coaches. He throws the football. Like what?
I mean, I don't know. I still think Aaron Rodgers.
I think you're oversimplifying the problem.
To the playoffs, at least.
Yeah, but you're also comparing the elite of elite in the league to everybody else, which I think the difference between the elite and the elite is a very big gap to the next tier down. And it's starting to close the gap with like Justin Herbert's and Josh Allen's and Lamar Jackson's and teams.
They're the elite of the
like
You just named 2 of 3 of them are elite quarterbacks.
Well, yeah, but that's what I'm talking about. So your elite quarterbacks are still Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady, and I mean, I would put Patrick Mahomes probably in there because even though he's had a bad set of weeks,
it is getting harder to talk about him like that, though.
He's starting to make my argument look a little bit better from a couple weeks ago. But
yeah, I gotta say, I really thought you were nuts. But
I still think he's nuts.
You can still think I'm nuts. I still personally think that the league is starting to figure out Patrick Mahomes, and it is a credit to that he's on the field way too much because the defense gives up everything. And like you're going to throw interceptions when you're on the field as much as Patrick Mahomes is. But like when you start talking about like the class that just came out, I think that's towards the bottom tier. It's not the bottom tier because you still have quarterbacks in the league that are just bad. And I think Sam Darnold is starting to trend in the direction of quarterbacks that are just bad. Do we have any other quarterbacks that are like near that bottom, like dead bottom tier?
I think Daniel Jones would have been, but he's played himself out of that tiered. He's probably in the okay category.
I mean, I think you
Do we
got to
think
put
Tua?
Jalen Hurts there by default.
No, what?
Tua?
I don't think so. Not
Really? You don't think so?
Jalen Hurts? No.
Yeah,
the
I
guy
mean,
still
like,
has,
he's a
I mean,
second round pick. He's been
with
at absolute best inconsistent this year.
Yeah,
Like-
but
Goff?
Like,
Do we have Goff
No.
near the bottom tier?
nah,
No.
Goff can make throws.
no, I don't think Goff's
He's got
problem.
weaknesses, but like,
Mm-hmm. Okay, just going through some quarterbacks.
Drew
Tua.
Lock.
Tua.
Yeah.
yeah, Drew Lock,
Bad.
Tua's bad, in my opinion.
Teddy. I guess you could
Um,
throw in there because Teddy's like backup, maybe a starter, like Ryan Fitzpatrick kind of thing.
Yep, he's a better backup.
I
than
think
his
he's a
starter.
better backup. Just going through some of these.
Like if Teddy has to come in for 2 or 3 weeks, like he did for New Orleans, you still
Andy
you probably
Dalton.
you feel okay about it. Andy Dalton's not even in the league. That's
The ghost
He
of
is a
Ben
back-
Roethlisberger.
the ghost of Ben Roethlisberger.
no.
Trying to
The
think.
ghost of Ben Roethlisberger is a Hall of Fame quarterback. The current Ben Roethlisberger is fucking bad.
He just needs to retire. So, I
Yeah.
mean, when I'm talking about the bottom tier, there's not many players in that like dead bottom of the basement team. So because he's starting right now, I don't think you can give him that because he's a backup quarterback,
no,
and he's
what?
been a backup
No.
quarterback.
What?
Yeah,
I also
Geno.
don't think Geno's not good.
That's like saying when Teddy Bridgewater was 5-0 with the Saints that he was the best starting quarterback. No.
Well, I mean,
he's
to
a
his
backup who's starting.
to his credit, you did say Drew Lock, who was the backup right now.
Yeah,
Like-
but I
like-
just meant like, yeah, that's fair. But I guess I always, yeah,
Any Browns quarterback before Baker Mayfield?
no.
What?
no.
No.
You got wait, what?
I think you
But
got the question
in terms
mixed
of
up.
like bottom tier quarterbacks.
Yeah, what about him? Baker Mayfield's not there.
He said
No, he's not-
anyone.
he's
but,
not there.
Like,
He's-
before
Oh,
Baker Mayfield.
okay.
He-
okay.
his
No, I don't
stock
think,
is
no, I don't
definitely
think Case
trending
Keenum
down
is either.
though.
Yeah.
No, last time Case Keenum was a starter, they had the Minnesota Miracle. Absolutely not. He's not a He's a good backup.
Okay, all right. Back
To
to
be
the
fair,
point at
Chris
hand.
Sims put him above Jalen Hurts. So
Okay, well, back
That's
to the
weird.
point at
I
hand.
wouldn't say
Rank the rookie quarterbacks. You got Trevor Lawrence, you got Trey Lance, you have Zach Wilson, Trevor Lawrence, and Mac
Mac.
Jones.
Mac
I got
Jones is-
Kellen Mond number 1, and
Shut the fuck up.
What the fuck?
Mac Jones is number 1. Like
yeah,
there's
right now he is.
Yeah, right now he is.
he has to be. Like and then
I think
Lawrence,
I think Lawrence
Yep,
would be 2.
I would agree with that.
Then Fields, then
Fields,
Wilson.
Lance Wilson.
Oh,
Lance
I forgot about Trey
Wilson.
Lance.
Lance Wilson.
Yeah.
Only because
Uh,
I've seen Wilson be bad more than I've seen Lance be bad.
Just because we
Lance
haven't seen
hasn't had.
Lance like at all.
Right.
Like
right.
that's
That's
the
true.
issue.
So, and with the whole thing with Zach Wilson is that like he has every opportunity. He started every game outside of this past. Well, he did start this game, but he ended up getting hurt, and now he's out for 2 to 4 weeks. And I don't even know who the backup quarterback in New York is. Who came in for him?
Joe Flacco.
It was
They-
Flacco.
They have Flacco. That'll
Yeah.
be interesting.
I can't
And the Eagles keep racking up. The Eagles are going to start looking like the Oklahoma City Thunder soon.
Minshew time, baby.
Minshew mania. I wouldn't mind
Imagine
that. I wouldn't mind that.
Let's see here.
So moving from rookie quarterbacks to a different quarterback, we have what in the hell is Sam Darnold? And what in the better question is, what are the options? What do the Panthers do going forward at the quarterback position? Do you give Darnold another opportunity, or do you start looking at like PJ Walker or the other backup that's there?
I mean, you kind of have to. Like, how do you justify starting PJ Walker the rest of this year unless you're like absolutely tanking? And they don't have a team to tank. Like, well,
They're
they
missing
do.
their best player. Like
They are 100%
Why is
missing
that-
their best player.
Sam Darnold 2 weeks ago looked really good, having 4 total touchdowns. I think 2 rushing, 2 throwing.
Mhm.
Like they're still missing their best fucking player, probably the best offensive player in the NFL.
But the fact that they
You can't
have
just
as many
ignore that.
weapons at wide receiver as they do with
They
Robbie
don't.
Anderson and DJ Moore,
That's two.
that's a really good 2-1-2 punch. Teddy Bridgewater made those two guys look really good
I
last
don't know.
year.
I still think
They
they're
also
a tad
had
overrated.
McCaffrey and they had Curtis Samuel.
They didn't have McCaffrey very much last year. They
But
did
they-
have Curtis Samuel. I
They
will
had him
give you
about as
that.
much as they have him right now.
Yeah, but they
lost a
last year
ball-
they had 2,000-yard receivers in Robbie Anderson and DJ Moore.
They also had a better probably backup and a veteran backup in Mike Davis, who took McCaffrey's spot. I
That
would
one
prefer
is
Mike
fair.
Davis over Chuba Hubbard.
right now, yes. If we
Right.
come back to this conversation next year, it might be a different conversation. We
Right,
don't know what
but-
Chuba Hubbard's going to be.
Right.
We
No,
just know
I
what he is
thought-
right
no.
now.
Right. But to say he's got all these great weapons, I mean, they're good players. They're not great guys. None of them would be a bona fide number one on any other team. Maybe DJ Moore on a lower end wide receiving core, but you put any of them with anyone in the NFC North, maybe DJ Moore is the number one, probably, but on Detroit, but not on the other three teams.
Can't put CMC above King Henry for best offensive player
Wrong.
anymore, solely for the reason that he's not
When
on
he
the
gets hurt.
field, though.
Yeah, that's
Right.
the issue. It's that he's not playing right
so
now.
you're
When
saying
CMC's playing, he's better than anybody.
I'm going to leave that up there for a
The
second.
offense-
Not
side
at
of
maybe
the
not
ball.
at running the football. No, Derrick Henry is the superior runner of the football.
He's the best running back I've seen since AP.
But
Yeah,
but he
that's
also
fair.
said offensive player. He didn't say running back. So like
Right.
That is
Right.
CMC is
also
like
Because CMC is it's like I would put CMC like I think Alvin Kamara is close to Christian McCaffrey, but he's not as good of like a between the tackles runner. But I would say their ability to, in the passing game I would say is probably equal when the Saints actually give Kamara the ball, as we saw last night. He actually got the ball and he actually made some plays.
damn. That was an
Shocking.
ugly game.
Yeah.
That was
But-
an ugly game.
Yes, Derrick Henry's the better runner of the football. McCaffrey's the better overall weapon.
Mhm.
Even
I would
though
agree
Derrick
with that.
Henry has been catching the ball, I think he's only like 3 catches away from his career high in catching in balls in catches,
Mhm.
which is ridiculous.
So if you're going back to the plan at hand, if you're Carolina, do you keep going with Sam Darnold, right?
right. Yeah, you have to at this point, unless you're literally just gonna say, all right, fine, we're tanking for
Right.
whoever next year.
Yep.
Because
his numbers definitely are not good. 1,600, just under 1,700 yards passing, 7 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. The man's been sacked 21 times with
Yeah,
a
but how
passer
many
rating.
rushing touchdowns he has? He's probably got 4.
I
think he has 4.
5.
Five.
yeah.
So I mean, 12 total touch. I mean, it's not great. They're not great numbers.
No.
Well, okay, so let's look ahead a little bit then. So like, there's probably 3 first round quality quarterbacks in this coming draft. Corral,
Corral,
Corral, whatever.
Howell out of North Carolina.
Is he?
Yeah.
I think he's still a second round talent, first round talent. Spencer Rattler has fallen all the way the fuck off.
Well, yeah, that's
He'll be
when he
lucky
gets
to crack third round now. No, he's not even
He-
starting. He's probably going to enter the transfer portal.
Right.
I
I mean,
think
he's not
he's
coming
gonna-
out next year.
He has to go. He has to come back for a year. He has to. Otherwise, he might not
He
even get
has to,
drafted.
no, he can't come back. He has to transfer.
No, he has
Otherwise,
to.
he's
100%.
never getting drafted. There's no way.
No. Other quarter. There's somebody else. Is Desmond Ritter up to?
He might be
For-
a senior,
Yeah.
But I
so
think
he
people
could be a
think-
high rounder.
but I think people think he's too small. He's not like. I'm checking, but I don't think he's not like He reminds me a lot of Lamar Jackson in the way he plays.
Mhm.
Oh, okay,
So-
no. Wow, I'm wrong. He's like 6'4". Okay,
So
never mind.
okay, so I guess my point is, how many quarterbacks do you see? Because you guys know college football more than me right now, and I haven't really looked at like draft rankings yet. But like, how many quarterbacks do you see that are like definitive, no question, first round
One.
talents?
One.
One for
Sam
me.
Corral.
For me.
It's Matt
Yeah,
Corral.
it's Matty Corral.
Did I say Sam Corral? Yeah,
Yeah, you're
You
good.
said
You're good.
Sam Corral. That's okay.
it's all right. I'll care a lot
So-
more about these players in about 3 months.
Yeah, that's
So-
fine.
So yeah, I mean, yeah, if you're the Panthers and you're like, all right, well, let's go get our quarterback of the future for this young team, then yeah, start PJ Walker, tank the rest of the season, hope that the Eagles or the
Oh.
Dolphins or the Lions
Kenny Pickett.
win a few more games and
Sorry.
No, we're kind of forgetting one. We're forgetting
Kenny Pickett.
Malik Willis. from
Alabama
Liberty.
guy?
Malik Willis too. Yeah.
Malik Willis. Those
No,
are probably
Bryce
the only
Young's
two.
way too young. Bryce Young's way too well.
Bryce Young's
Oh,
a
young.
freshman.
Or
Yeah,
what
he's a
about the Ohio
freshman.
State kid?
CJ Stroud.
Yeah.
I think
No,
he's
he's too young too. He's a
Sophomore?
He's
Sophomore?
a redshirt freshman, I think.
Okay.
So yeah, he would sell.
So
at least one more.
like
Yeah,
I'm
I
looking at the on at least the score is for the top 100 players coming out of the NFL for the NFL draft this year. So far, obviously nobody's committed to the NFL draft yet, but Desmond Ridder is the first quarterback on that list at 22.
That's just wrong.
Oh, so it's going to be, so how that's going, it's going to be like an
oh.
EJ Manuel, Geno Smith year. Yeah. Oh, God.
Yeah.
I mean, I would be shocked.
Your number one.
I could see 3 and Ridder getting up there just with how well they've played.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't.
Defense and O-line.
It's a defense front
O-line.
7 loaded draft.
Yeah, because you have Kayvon Thibodeau. You have Kayvon Thibodeau out of Oregon.
Yep.
The kid from Purdue.
The safety from Notre Dame.
Yep, the safety from Notre Dame.
The
edge rusher Hutchinson from Michigan. You don't get an offensive. Well, you have a couple offensive linemen.
But you always have a handful mixed in there.
Right. So in the first corner is Derek Stingley out of LSU, who will be a stud, in my opinion. And then you have Drake London, a wide receiver out of USC. But you don't have a quarterback until you hit 22.
And I don't really see a running back either.
No, I don't
running
see.
Running backs aren't first-round picks anymore.
Not anymore.
No. Yeah, I mean, even because who went first in the first round this past year? Etienne and
Etienne at like 11?
Najee Harris.
Najee was at what, like 16?
No, he was in the 20s, I think.
Okay, even
Najee Harris?
Najee Harris was towards the back half of the first round. I want to say it was like 25, 26.
Let me take a look.
Maybe that's where I'm getting the 6 from. I thought it was like 16. Because Etienne was taken with Jacksonville's second first-round pick.
Yep.
So you have the running Isaiah Spiller out of Texas A&M for running backs. That's 40.
What's Michigan's guy? Michigan State. Sorry.
Najee Harris and Travis Etienne were 24 and 25.
Oh, okay. So they were So those were the first 2 running backs in the back half of the first round.
God, shit. I wonder if Jags panicked after Pittsburgh took Najee Harris and
they
just
fucked up so bad.
Like
James Robinson looks like James Robinson of last year, which showed that they had no reason to draft a running back.
Right.
Yeah, but that could be a nasty 1-2 punch if Etienne's what they want him to be. Yeah, and I think that was the first pick of the second round. I know that much.
Who?
Etienne?
No, he wasn't. He was a first round pick.
Was he?
Tyler just said he was 25.
Yeah. No, my fault. I was looking at next year's. By mistake.
I mean, yeah. I with that young of a team though, you're gonna go for your stud quarterback and the number 2 running back. You're like,
yeah, no,
it was a reach. You should have went offensive lineman or wide receiver help or
defense. Like you could have any other. You had an undrafted guy who you don't have to pay for the next 3 to 4 years, look like a stud and at least be an above average good running back in the NFL.
Do we know who the head coach was when they went to the AFC Championship game? The Jags.
Del Rio?
Was it Del Rio?
No, it was it?
No, Del Rio was the OC of Vegas.
Doug Marrone, wasn't it?
Was it Marrone?
I think it was.
Or no, was it Coughlin?
No,
Coughlin's in the.
He was GM. I'm pretty sure it was Doug Marrone.
Regardless,
Dougie Marrone.
So we came to the conclusion for that one. Let's talk about another quarterback. Well, not the topic, but what are the chances that the Chiefs
2017? Yeah, 2017 to 2020. It was Marrone.
Oh, okay. So moving on, what do the Chiefs have to do to make the playoffs this year?
Not suck.
Hope Herbert dies.
I don't know. At this rate, you hope Herbert and Derek Carr die.
That's.
You hope Herbert dies and that John Gruden gets fired.
Pretty much.
So to set this up a little bit, I'm struggling to bring this actually up. Patrick Mahomes is not at full fault here, obviously. Yes, he's thrown an interception in each of his last 6 games. He has 9 interceptions on the year, which is tied for among starting quarterbacks. Only a couple people have more interceptions. He is 3rd in touchdown passes, though, 4th in passing yards, and he still is 6th in QBR. But the fact of the matter is the Kansas City Chiefs don't have a defense. They just flat out don't have a defense. And it's not even that everybody's hurt on that defense. Chris Jones was hobbled a little bit. Tyrann Mathieu has been there, I believe, the whole season. But unless they turn this into Big 12 football every single week and Patrick Mahomes is throwing touchdown after touchdown after touchdown, I don't see the Chiefs making a high seed in the playoffs. They're going to be a wild card team. They're not going to dethrone either Vegas or the Chargers by any means. But do you guys see an opportunity for them to make a playoff run playing the way they're playing right now?
No,
I don't.
not the way they're
Like,
playing.
Yeah, and like this could end up being like a decent year number wise for Mahomes, but like I don't see him being able to overcome that bad of a defense. Like even at his best, Aaron Rodgers couldn't overcome some really bad defenses. Like you need.
But
you could be the greatest quarterback in the world, but you can't score on 3 plays every single possession. Like you need to have a defense who can at least get off the field for 30 to 40% of the snaps. On the high end, I'm guessing.
So I made a comment a couple weeks ago that has the league figured out Patrick Mahomes. I don't think the league is fully figured out Patrick Mahomes, but they've learned that they don't have to hold him under 300 yards or 250 or something crazy like that to know that you can beat this Chiefs team, because all you have to do is put together a halfway decent offensive plan and just get a couple stops. And he looked putrid this past Sunday against the Titans, where if I can bring up the numbers real quick.
I mean, it makes total sense why a team like the Titans would decimate them. They can't play defense. So, the Titans are good. The Titans offense is going to stay on the field with Derrick Henry grounding and pounding the ball. And then their defense got a few stops in key moments. It was that simple.
I saw at one point just before halftime, the time of possession was like 20 minutes to like 5 for time of possession in the Titans' favor. And we've said in the past, we have said how you beat Patrick Mahomes, and that's with time of possession. If Patrick Mahomes isn't on the field, they can't beat you. And
that's
if
how you
you're
beat
just
every
grounding,
quarterback. Like you make sure they're not on the field.
Well, yes and no, but with Patrick Mahomes, he's not as much of a dink and dunk quarterback and just drive down the field and do whatever he wants like that. He's more of the, all right, I'm going to probably throw an incompletion on first or second down, but Tyreek Hill or Travis Kelce is going to get open for a 10-yard gain and get me right back into it. And then that's how unfortunately, it sounds like I'm really bashing Patrick Mahomes, but that's the way he's built his career since he came into the league, is that he's not really a dink and dunk. He's not going to he's not Tom Brady where he's just going to consistently just drive down the field. He's more of that home run hitter and that's why he's got so many yards, is because he's got burners like Tyreek Hill, and he's got one of the best hands at tight end in Travis Kelce.
He's Brett Favre.
He is Brett Favre.
How is he not Brett Favre? He's a gunslinger. He can throw the ball 90 yards like nobody's business. But the second he starts getting older, the second he doesn't have a perfect team around him, it's going to crumble. It's exactly what happened in Green Bay. It's what happened with Minnesota. And
do the Chiefs make the playoffs?
No.
Really?
Not in the AFC. No.
Okay. I'm okay with that. I was just about to bring up the standings for
which is incredible, because I'm sure there are a decent number of teams, but how many teams made a Super Bowl and don't make the playoffs the next year with the same starting quarterback?
Currently, there are 2, 4, 6, 7 teams with better records in the AFC. The Cincinnati Bengals, the Raiders, the Titans, the Ravens, the Bills, the Chargers, the Browns, the Steelers. No. That was it after the Browns.
I guess we're ignoring my question.
Sorry, what was your question?
No, I don't know that. I don't know that answer.
Yeah, no, I was saying like how many times have there been a team who makes the Super Bowl and then doesn't make the playoffs the next year with the same starting quarterback?
I was about to answer that with the Jacksonville Jaguars, but they didn't make the Super Bowl. That was only the AFC Championship game. The Patriots lost in the first round when Brady left.
I can't think of it.
Did Rodgers? Didn't he?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No. They went 15-1 that next year, didn't they?
15-1 the next year. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, they went 15-1 and lost to the Giants, I think.
Yep.
Because the Giants are the killers of the greatest quarterbacks on the planet.
Apparently.
That is actually a really good fucking question.
I'm looking it up right now. You can keep talking.
The Super Bowl? Did the
49ers.
Eagles make the playoffs? Did the Eagles make the playoffs? The 49ers. No, he's right.
Kaepernick.
Yeah. But they lost Jimmy Garoppolo. So
I'm talking
He's
Colin
talking
Kaepernick.
Cap. He's talking Cap.
Oh. Gotcha.
Fuck, I had a team. What the hell? Did the Eagles go back to the
Flacco?
playoffs the following year?
Flacco and Ravens
Yes.
the following year?
They
Yeah,
did?
that was the double doink year.
Atlanta? Atlanta?
After
It might be
20
Atlanta.
That
No,
was
no, no,
what-
no. Atlanta made the playoffs last year because they lost to the Eagles.
Oh, they did. They did. All right.
That was the game where Julio couldn't
Yeah,
pull in
my-
that.
The
my-
Rams?
my-
The Rams. I think it's the Rams. It's the Rams.
When?
Goff. Patriots. Rams, Patriots. I don't think they made the playoffs the next year.
Really?
I don't think so.
Wow.
I'm pretty sure that's the answer. And even that was like four years ago. 4, 5.
I mean, it
Oh
makes
my God.
sense. Very rare you can have a team good enough to go to the fucking Super Bowl and then have the same quarterback and not make the playoffs at all.
Or unless it's the Giants, which would make sense
Manning, yeah.
with Manning.
I don't know.
With
But
one
I
of
guess the
those.
Giants' excuse
That's
would
a
be
good question,
Manning
though.
was like towards the end of his career. He clearly wasn't.
Right.
That's a hell of a trivia question you got there, bud.
Right.
Damn. I'll save it for Thirsties next time.
There you go.
There you go. There you go.
And if they
All
ever
right.
listen to the podcast, there you go.
Who's got hot takes?
I mean,
Anybody got a hot take?
it would have been a hotter take about 2 days ago, but Arizona's beating Green Bay.
Oh, yeah. All right. So let's go to.
So I put that in the group chat. But
I mean,
Yes.
a hot take that I see is Arizona loses in the first. Well, they wouldn't play the first round because they have a bye, so
Mhm.
they lose in the second round of the playoffs. They get upset.
what has shown you that would happen?
It's a gut feeling at this point. You're right.
He's
You're right.
really
I have no.
back there.
I have no distinct evidence, but isn't that what hot takes are all about? Yelling out
No.
random shit with no evidence.
Okay, so there are 2, 4, 5 teams with 0 losses and 1 loss on their record, all in the NFC, by the way. All of them in the NFC. Arizona Cardinals, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Green Bay Packers, LA Rams, and the Dallas Cowboys all have either 1 loss or no losses. Obviously, the Cardinals have no losses, and everybody else has 1. What's a hot take about one of those teams?
Well, so who's the paper tiger there?
Dallas.
That's what I was thinking.
And I know that's going to sound like me being a homer hating on the Cowboys, but I still, when the cards get put on the table, I think when they face one of these really good teams, they competed with Tampa Bay, but I'm looking at who they beat, and let me bring it up. They did beat the Chargers,
Right.
the Eagles, the Panthers, Giants, and Patriots.
Well,
The
those
only
are
team
4
on there
bad
with
teams.
a winning currently with a losing record outside the Chargers.
Right.
And they barely beat the Chargers. Like,
Yeah, they
honestly,
beat the Chargers on like a last minute field goal or something.
Honestly, I would probably say the Packers.
And
Wow.
I'm looking at Dallas's schedule.
Because it's their defense.
No, stick with me here. I'm looking at this schedule. They face the Vikings, the Broncos, the Falcons, at the Chiefs,
Probably
the Raiders,
win.
The Saints.
Right. What's your point?
Washington.
I don't know what your point is.
They don't face like a legitimate playoff team until you get to week 16, 17 when they face the Cardinals.
Right.
They're going to cruise through the schedule and everybody's going to be so high on them. They're going to be, oh, this defense is so good. This offense is flying around the field. Yes, the offense is good. I do know that. The defense, I still think is subpar, and they're just beating up on bad teams and with bad offenses outside of obviously the Chargers. And I can honestly look at this schedule and say they could end the season with only 3 losses. But they're going to be bounced in whatever round they're in.
Yeah, but they played a
first.
really good team in Tampa in week 1 and kept with them.
Yeah, I
So
do agree with
their
that.
loss was a close loss.
Yeah, but I'm still saying that they're not outside of Philly and New York. They're not blowing these teams out, or even close to blowing these teams
But
out.
it's the NFL. Blowouts don't happen all the time.
Okay.
Like,
well, okay. What makes
the
you
NFL,
think?
Like, just, what were their margins of victory?
I think what Davis's point is all the other 0-1 loss teams like have consistently blown out teams so far this year. Like
the Packers haven't.
Yeah, they have. Didn't they blow out?
They didn't blow out Cincy. They didn't really blow out Washington.
Okay, so I guess
They
what do you
controlled that
consider a
game.
blowout?
They did, yeah. Controlling the game isn't blowing it out.
The only you have two I would consider
What is a blowout?
not close games.
3 scores.
10?
3
Two scores?
Okay,
Three
I'd
scores?
say
13?
2 scores.
Like 13?
Yeah, I'd say 2 scores.
If you win by 10,
yeah,
it's not a
he's saying
blowout.
2 scores.
If it's 30-10, 30-20, that's not a blowout.
So they beat the Bears by 10. They beat the football team by 14 by 2 touchdowns, and they beat Detroit by what is that? 18? I think it's 18.
That would be a blowout in my book.
Yeah.
I still say the 14's a blowout.
I do see your point, and at least we'll be able to see who the paper tiger is if it is the Green Bay Packers, because they do face good teams throughout their schedule. Dallas is the only outlier is only going to be tested like 2 more times this season because their division is not that good.
I don't know.
And that's my pick. That's your paper tiger. I think is the Dallas Cowboys. I think the LA Rams are for real, although. And the reason I think that Detroit game was closer than it should have been is that there was so much hype around that game that like one team showed up immediately and they were trying to knock the doors off the Rams, and obviously the Lions obviously still lost that game. But I think the Rams are still a really good team. I think the Buccaneers are obviously what we know the Buccaneers are, and Arizona at least looks like they are capable of beating really good teams and be at least competing against everybody. So I think your paper tiger is Dallas.
I think it's Green Bay.
Do any of these teams miss the playoffs? Do any of those 5 teams miss the playoffs?
No. 0 chance.
Yeah, at this point, this far in, I doubt. Like,
because
it would have to be like
they would have to go 0 for whatever. They'd have to go like 0 for 10.
Mm-hmm.
They could go 3. They could go 3-7, and Dallas would still make the playoffs and probably still win the division.
I would agree with that because the Eagles and Giants don't look like football teams at this point, and Washington, unless their defense can get it together, they're still on paper. When you look at that team top to bottom without looking at stats, it's still the best team. It is one of the better teams in the league, but we've obviously watched them play 8 weeks of football now, and now know that or 6 weeks, 6 or 7, whatever. We now know that defense is not that good this year, and for some reason they're leaning on their offense more than they're leaning on their defense. Don't worry, Alex. T-Bone's been riding this train for a while.
Who called you crazy? I got called crazy, you fuck. I've been on them since day one. What do you mean? They said,
fuck.
"Oh, what are you talking?" No,
no
one called you crazy because I was on that side.
Congrats on 7-0, but Cliff Kingsbury's still a bad coach.
Because he's
that's
obviously
an upgrade from you because apparently he was the worst coach. Now he's a bad.
I was gonna say, how fast did he have to walk that one back?
Yeah, he still hasn't.
No, he still hasn't.
Nope.
He's gonna win the Super Bowl undefeated and be like, he's a bad coach.
For the record,
to only ever do it in the NFL, and he's gonna say he's a bad coach.
For the record, my Falcons are 500 right now. So.
My team's undefeated. I don't.
Congratulations.
Yeah,
no one
right. Your coach is still worse than mine.
No one cares.
What are they in 3rd place in their division?
Shut up, Davis.
Who's in last?
The Panthers, I think.
Yeah, the Panthers.
Yeah,
Panthers. Then Atlanta,
Saints.
New Orleans. Yeah. Hot take for any of these teams? Any of these 5 teams?
Yeah, the fact that I think the Packers are the paper tiger was the fucking hot take.
Do you have an MVP candidate on any of these teams?
Yeah, Kyler Murray.
I think that's the only one.
I think by default he's a candidate.
I think you have an award winner here, but it's comeback player of the year in Dak Prescott.
Oh, I think it's Joe Burrow.
I don't hate that. I think it's only a 2-man race at this point.
It's between the two of them, and I think Burrow's looked better, and he's doing more with the team that was expected to do less.
I would agree.
No one expected the Bengals to be in first. I believe they're in first.
They are
tied for first, right?
No, they're technically tied for first, but they have the head-to-head after this weekend.
Right. So I don't think anyone expected Burrow to come back from an ACL injury and lead his team to what we all said was the toughest one of one of two of the toughest divisions in the NFL between that and the West.
Speaking of the Bengals, we have to have a definitive rookie of the year at this point, like halfway through the
Jamar
season.
Chase.
It's Jamar Chase, and
It's
it's not.
not
It shouldn't even be close.
It's not.
The only reason Justin Jefferson didn't win it last year is because Justin Herbert was still having a really good season as a rookie. You don't have a quarterback that's doing that this year.
Yeah, you have Mac Jones, who looks okay, but his team's not as a whole playing well.
Yep.
I think Jamar Chase is going to break Justin Jefferson's record.
He's already didn't he break the NFL record for most yards
as a rookie?
No, I thought it was like an NFL record. I didn't think it was a rookie record.
Who's the? Well, that's
I don't think it was yards. I think it was like most touchdowns through this many weeks or something.
I don't think he's leading the league in receiving yards. I'm pretty sure Devontae has that. I'm
what I
fairly certain Devontae has that, but I'm looking at it right now. Oh, touchdowns? No, Cooper Kupp definitely has that. Cooper's got 9. He's got 6.
Maybe it was for a rookie.
And he's only 50 yards behind him.
He broke some record this week. Maybe it was a rookie record.
Let's put this in perspective. Jamar Chase has more receiving yards than Devontae Adams right now.
Okay.
Just putting that out there. He's going
to probably have more than for most of the season. Devontae's about to miss a full game.
Yep. And I don't think Jamar Chase is missing a game. The only thing that could derail Jamar Chase is Joe Burrow getting hurt. I think that's the only thing that can derail this.
Or Jamar Chase getting hurt.
Well, yeah, obviously.
Well, you didn't say that. So
very true. Alex asks, "Who's the DPOI?"
Trevon Diggs.
No, fuck out of here.
Yeah,
I think he's got to be up there, but I don't think he's going to win it yet.
It's going to go to a D lineman. I think it's going to be Watt
or Myles Garrett, maybe.
No, Watt single-handedly took over the game last week, not 2 weeks ago.
Well, hold on here. Let me see here quick.
So your sacks leader is Myles Garrett with 9.5. Your tackles leader, which never matters, is just Denzel Perriman at 81. Interceptions is Trevon Diggs in 7, and the next closest at 4. I do think Trevon Diggs has a very good argument, but I also think Myles Garrett or TJ Watt also can take it because usually it does, go to a defensive lineman.
It's wide open because it's not Aaron Donald.
Yeah, odds 100%. To win NFL Defensive Player of the Year. Myles Garrett at plus 350, Trevon Diggs at plus 500, TJ Watt at plus 600.
Right, they're all right around there.
TJ Watt was out for 2 weeks too.
Right, Diggs, and he's still up there in statistical categories.
Mm-hmm.
Like, my thing with Diggs, it's hard to say I don't like him because he has 7 interceptions in 7 games. But he gives up a fuck ton of yards.
He does.
Like, there's a reason they throw it to him then. Yes, he's a freak athlete. He can pick it off, and it's huge. But if you're giving up 200 yards a game, does one pick erase that? I don't think so.
I don't think so either. And so I do think that's why we always say that it's more of a defensive lineman award
it's
to
a
lose.
Sack thing because sacks are self-contained. You can get 10 interceptions, but give up the most yards. Like you can have one, and you can be the best in one category and the worst in another. For sacks, what's the other category you're bad in then?
Mm-hmm.
Amount of times you break contain.
Right, like that's not right. Like a stat that you would know as a coach, but not as an actual fan.
I can tell you how many times Derek Barnett breaks contain on the Eagles. I have a counter this year. It pisses me off. Oh my god! I could just.
Can we talk about Chandler Jones for a second? What did he have? Five sacks in the first game, and then has he had a sack yet since?
No, I think he got hurt.
He might have, but I think that's
I'm pretty
still
sure
incredible.
He didn't play this last week. I know. I'm 99% sure he didn't play this last week.
No, I don't think he played.
But no, I don't think he has.
So moving to the other end of the spectrum, we still are on hot takes.
Yep.
But instead of 0-1 loss teams, we're moving to the 0-1 win teams. There's not that many of them. The Jets, the Jags, the Dolphins, Texans, and the Lions.
The Lions are still the best, and they don't have a fucking win.
That's mine.
You're not wrong.
And I think it's becoming less and less of a hot take every week. Like I think
it's more about it's not wow, the Lions are bad. It's how unlucky can they be?
Yeah.
Some of it is
It really
self-inflicted, but
Mhm.
yeah.
I mean, they definitely don't have a lot of like impact players on the defensive side of the ball.
No,
Like,
they don't.
especially now that Jeff Okuda is essentially a bust.
Oh my
Like you
god.
you don't have a good secondary, you don't have a good pass rush. Like if they can
Your
do what the
offensive line is
Panthers
above
did,
it.
So
Your
they're
offensive
taking-
line's middle of the road.
yeah,
So they're
but-
probably going to they're taking like Thibodeau or whatever the guy's name from or is it Oregon?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're
Kayvon
that's who they take, right?
No, 100%. No matter
Like,
who it
there's-
is, I think Thibodeau's going number one. I don't
mean-
care who the fuck it is.
I mean, unless you get a really good offer for the number 1 overall pick, if that's what you have.
If you're the Lions, but the Lion, like, what are the Lions' biggest problems?
Quarterback, probably.
No, I don't think it is.
No, it's
But-
definitely not quarterback.
But
It's not
but
Jared
in
Goff.
in a league where you have to have an elite quarterback to
You don't,
succeed,
though.
Jared
You
Goff is
also
an
don't
edge.
have an elite
You
quarterback
saw Case
coming out
Keenum
this
and the
year.
Vikings succeed a couple years ago.
Okay, yeah, but for 1 year. Like I'm sure the Detroit Lions are not on a year by year basis.
The
They are
Rams-
rebuilding.
The Rams
And
with
if you
Goff
want to
made it to a
rebuild,
Super
you
Bowl.
need a quarterback. Like
What do
Jared
you
Goff
do
made
if
it
you
to a Super Bowl?
okay, so did Colin Kaepernick. So did
Yeah, Colin Kaepernick was a dynamic
so did
quarterback
Trent
at the
Dilfer.
time.
But
Yeah.
I don't think anyone's saying, "Oh
Trent
yeah, we
Dilfer
definitely
was
need
a
to roll
big
with
white
Trent
guy. That
Dilfer
means
for another
nothing.
year."
Okay,
Yeah,
hold
that
on.
was
Hold on. Whoa, whoa,
2000.
whoa, whoa, whoa.
Relax, buddy. It was 20 years
I
ago.
think a big thing that we need to talk about is defense. Is you need defense. You do
Yeah.
need defense, especially
They
when you're
need
in a division
Panthers
with Aaron
did a few years
Rodgers,
ago and just
Kirk
have, like, a
Cousins.
full-on defensive draft and hope you.
Jared Goff
get the
isn't
pick
even.
the way
It's
around.
probably you can make an argument that before Cousins slowed down, but like Jared Goff is not the worst quarterback in his division.
Well, no, because the Bears are
Justin
starting
Fields.
a rookie, and
I would take Goff over Dalton.
I would take Goff
so would
over
anybody.
anybody in
Like-
Chicago. Anybody in Chicago.
And depending on the day, I might take him over Cousins, depending how I feel, because I hate that guy.
He's playing pretty well this year, though.
Yeah, but he's playing well, so I can't say that.
you just hate him.
So
because
who's the
you
best who
Big
who is the best quarterbacks off of those teams then? Is it clearly Goff? I think
What?
it's clearly Goff.
the
The best quarterback out of those
three
5 teams. The Jets, Jags, Dolphins, Texans, and Lions. I think it's very
Yeah,
clear
100%.
that
It's
Goff is
clearly
the best
Goff is the
quarterback out of
best.
those.
Yes.
I mean, I don't know, man. Like I know Goff has the Super Bowl and everything, but I still think I might take Cousins over him.
No.
like-
Out of
That's not what the
out of
question
0 win and 1 win teams.
Oh yeah, then I'm taking Goff.
Yeah, because you have
Right.
two
Oh,
two
you're taking all
rookies,
the
3
rookie quarterbacks?
rookies. You have
Right.
3 rookies and Tua.
Yeah, no, yeah, and Tua ain't
Who
it.
was basically a rookie because he played like half the time with Fitzpatrick last year.
Right.
Poor Tua,
What
man.
here's a
Tua.
hot question for you. Out of those 5 teams, who's the first one to make the playoffs?
Detroit Lions.
I say Jacksonville.
I say the Dolphins because they're probably trading for Deshaun Watson.
Yeah, who won't play?
He'll play next year though, and definitely make the playoffs. Because they got some nice pieces on that team.
So do the Lions.
The Lions do have a lot of nice pieces. They just
Their
unfortunately
wide
got the
receiving
injury
core-
bug.
On the
It's a
offensive
bunch of
side, though, their
nobodies.
defense is dog shit. Like Miami at least has some pieces on the defensive side
Yeah,
of
but
the
you
ball.
said make the playoffs. It's easier to make the playoffs now. You can have a far better offense and a below average defense and still potentially make the playoffs.
Yeah, because you were about to counter go completely against what we were talking about with the Chiefs earlier.
Yeah, I guess.
Like even moving into the 2-win teams, like you got San Francisco, Washington, Philadelphia, the Giants, and the Seahawks. I still don't see any of those teams making the playoffs this year.
Not with Wilson out for an extended period of time.
Right.
Yeah.
Washington has the best chance solely because of the division they're in.
Agreed.
But you can't actually see them catching the. Or I guess if you go wild,
They don't have
card,
to
but
catch
they're-
them. They just have to catch the wild card spot, which
Yeah.
is going to be super difficult anyway because you have 5
Yeah.
teams at 5 and 1 or better.
Five of the 6 teams are currently
7.
no
There's
7
7
spots,
teams.
right?
Yeah, there's 7 spots.
Right.
So the teams
And
above
5
the
of them in the NFC are either 5-1 or 6-1 or 7-0.
right, and then the
Which is
next teams.
ridiculous.
Okay, I can still see it happening though because New
Yeah,
Orleans
right. I
is
think they have the
4-2.
best chance.
So, but your next team in the NFC would be the 6th seed is New Orleans. Then the 7th seed would be Minnesota, Atlanta.
And Minnesota's what, 4-3?
They're
3 and
3-3, 3-3, and so is Atlanta.
How are they? Oh,
That hurts me that Atlanta could be in the playoffs.
It's not gonna
There's
happen.
no fucking way. No, God, no.
I'd
would
win
say
the bet then, right?
No.
Yeah, because
How
I
would
said
you win the bet?
I said oh yeah, I said they'd win the division.
Yeah, there's no way that's happening, bud.
Damn it. They still might.
No.
We'll see.
The answer to this question is no.
Yeah. No.
The answer to this question is no. Is it out of the realm of possibility that the Giants beat Kansas City this week?
No,
No,
I
that's not out of
literally
the realm
said
at
that.
all.
It was never out of the realm of possibility to begin with. This is the NFL. It's any given Sunday, baby.
Shut
We
the
also-
fuck
we
up.
all-
Don't take what I said earlier.
Any given
Yeah,
Sunday, baby.
In the pregame show, we said, yeah, whatever, dog walked. Yeah, whatever. Okay, dude. Yes.
I feel like this is one of the more surprising like football seasons.
I
halfway
love it
through.
because I love when Patrick Mahomes just sucks. Only because of his brother. His brother's insufferable.
Oh yeah, everybody.
Oh my god,
Oh,
what a
I-
fucking piece of
I hate his-
shit.
Is it his fiance or is it his wife now?
I like her. She's nice.
Nah, she's stupid.
Only
She's garbage.
Ah.
woman hater wonky over here.
Yep, that's me. I'm a card-carrying member of the He-Man Woman Haters Club.
Oh, it shows. It shows.
All right. So moving on, we have the biggest surprises of the season so far. I'm going to let Tyler start because he is going to get. I feel like he's going to get on T-Bone's nerves right now. I just feel it in my bones.
What
I
is
feel
it?
it in my
Biggest
bones.
I mean, it's the Cardinals.
No, it's
Like
not.
the-
It's the Chiefs being this bad.
No, it's the Cardinals being this good. Like nobody.
I fucking hate you, Kyle.
Look, okay, other than you, me, Davis, every virtual pundit on the face of the planet was picking the Cardinals to be the fourth place team because the NFC West was supposed to be really good.
They are.
49ers were supposed to figure things out, and the
The NFC
Seahawks and the Rams were supposed to be their usual Seahawks and Rams self. Nobody saw the Cardinals being this good.
Morton did.
Well, good. Well,
Morton
good for
says
you.
he did.
Yeah, I would have to check the tape on that one. I feel like he's.
I'm gonna have to roll
You guys
that
can go
back.
give yourself self high fives.
Okay,
for
but
all I
the
care, like-
NFC West is still promoting the only two teams, the only multiple like 7-0 and 6-1 teams.
I mean, that's true. He's not wrong.
Right. So they're still the best conference. So that
In
wasn't
the
wrong.
NFC, in
Yeah.
the NFC, in the
Nobody
NFC,
doubted that they were
Also
going to
bad.
be the best conference, dude. It's just a matter of what team would get out of it. Like, and the Cardinals were not the
No,
team that
I
I thought
think-
they would be.
What do you mean? They had a.
Because
I think
the
a lot more
coaching's
people.
bad.
No, a lot of people thought the 49ers didn't know what the fuck they were doing. They just drafted a quarterback while they had a starting quarterback third overall. They didn't know what that team was going to be. They didn't know if Jimmy G was going to be there, and then they're rolling with a rookie quarterback. No
I
one
mean, they
what
knew
San
there was a good
Francisco
chance it
was-
could get them to the Super Bowl. Like,
There
fuck
wasn't
just
a
happened to
good
my
chance.
camera?
They had so many
what do you
injuries
mean
the
they
year
just
before.
made the Super Bowl 2 years ago?
What does that matter? So did the Eagles, and they were out of. They're like they almost got bounced out of the
Hold on.
NFL. 2
Yeah,
years
well,
ago.
that's
Hold
a
on.
freaking
That's also not the same defense that went to the Super Bowl.
Right.
No,
I'm
but
aware.
They lost like 2 or 3 massive pieces off of
And
that
their
defense.
defensive coordinator and Robert Saleh. So
Right, 100%. They lost their defense coordinator, which is a really big deal, and people really don't want to
Right.
talk about it.
right, but one of the biggest pieces was Bosa, and Bosa's still there.
Yeah,
So
but they
like,
lost to Forrest Buckner.
I'm well aware. I love
That was that was huge.
they
They
still
Yeah,
also
have
I
Fred
lost
Warner.
a different linebacker.
They did lose also another linebacker, which
Sure was old.
yeah. Well, this
They
team
have
is built
they
on
still have
this.
Jimmy Ward. Jimmy Ward's a very decent safety.
They still have Fred Warner then?
Probably. I don't know. I don't know if top of my head.
Their offense is bludgeoned though right now. They can't stay healthy on the offensive side of the
Right.
ball.
That was the other thing coming in. No one knew if the 49ers were going to have it was going to be a circle of running backs, just like it was the year before. Still is now. San Francisco had the far and away the best odds to be coming fourth in that division. Not Arizona. Arizona
No
had
way.
Kyler Murray, who had shown flashes of being that next quarterback to take the step.
Pull up the odds. Like
I
what
don't. You can't do that.
were-
You
NFC
can't. It's
West-
hard to find odds from like 6 months, from like 3 months ago. It's hard to
It
like
can't
track
be.
that.
NFC West odds.
At the beginning of the season.
We'll say week 1.
Week 1, sure.
I would say that. Are we just saying teams that have better odds to make the playoffs than the Cardinals?
No, I'm trying to figure out like who were the odds on to win the division at the end of the year, at the beginning of this year.
Oh, okay.
So here,
the Rams. It's going to be the Rams number 1. I can tell you.
Oh,
that
and
right
I got it.
I can tell you that right now. It was the Rams. I don't even need to look at it.
No, to win the division, it was the Rams.
Yeah, the Rams.
Sure.
And then number 2 was probably Seattle, and then number 3 was probably Arizona, and then number 4 was probably San Francisco.
No, there's no way, dude. There's no
I'm just thinking
way.
at the beginning of the season, just because of the turmoil of the offseason, like, yes, Arizona is still a very young team, but they've had the core of that team together for 2 years now. They're going into the third year with a similar, like, offense. Because they had D-Hop last year. They had Christian Kirk last year. They added James Conner, but they had Chase Edmonds. They had most of that offensive line was the same. It's a defense that made a big turnaround, and they added J.J. Watt. They added who's that corner that they added? I don't remember his name offhand, but the defensive side of the ball changed a lot. They lost Patrick Peterson. Budda Baker took a massive step forward. Like, it's just a lot of change. Like, I would understand why Arizona would have better odds at the beginning of the season than San Francisco, because there was so much change in San Francisco. Oh, we have our returning guy from YouTube. What's up, James? What up, James? How we doing?
What up, James?
How we doing? You got some betting questions for us, man? Bring them on.
Yeah, fuck. It's so hard. It's so hard to look up past odds to be like.
I know. I can't believe this is that hard.
I know.
I didn't think it would have been that. I thought it would have been hard, but I'm gonna go while you guys are looking that up. I'm gonna give who the biggest surprise of the season is. It's the Cincinnati Bengals, in my opinion, because they are sitting up top the division that none of us thought. We all thought they were going to be dog shit this year. During our preview, literally all 3 of us said they were going to be dog shit this year. And look at them now. Yeah. They're on top of the division. They're 5-2, same as the Baltimore Ravens. They have a game up on Cleveland, and they have 2 games up on Pittsburgh.
So here, according to Sports Betting Dime, this was Super Bowl odds after week 1. So, NFC West, odds for winning the Super Bowl. San Francisco 49ers, plus 1,300. Rams, plus 1,500. Seahawks, plus 1,700. Arizona Cardinals, plus 3,700.
I think Super Bowl it's different.
That is not really the same.
That's not the same.
No, it's the best I can find.
Yeah, I know, and I think it's bullshit. So,
all right, we're gonna switch gears to college for a very short amount of time. We
Okay.
are gonna come back to this and finish this topic.
Oh, okay.
But he has some questions. James bringing the betting questions for us. Kentucky is favored 1.5 versus Mississippi State. Which way you rolling on that one?
I'm probably
doing the heat.
I'm probably doing Mississippi State because I don't trust Kentucky's offense.
Oh, good. You're finally listening to me.
Whatever, dude.
You were yelling at me the other week because you thought Kentucky's offense was decent enough
to beat Georgia. I did do that.
Always bet the underdog, baby.
So he's got. That means, I'm just putting this in perspective, Michigan is favored by 4. That's what that means.
Yeah, but if you're putting I mean, he might have been doing this, but usually if you're going to put the plus for it, that means who you like. No, Michigan's going to cover by 2 scores.
Not by 2 scores.
2 scores.
Not by 2 scores.
By
I think
10.
they'll cover.
Yeah,
I think they'll cover, but I think they're going to win by a touchdown.
I would think they'll win by 10. In East Lansing. And I'm still contemplating going to the game.
Dude, you better take pictures and post it on the fucking Facebook page.
Yeah, I know.
You better take some TikToks.
Here's the thing. Michigan's defense is the best. Probably the best defense Michigan State has faced, and Michigan's strength is stopping the run. They did it against Penn State when they had Saquon Barkley. So,
I think that's going to be a shiny toy.
Granted, much different defense, different defensive coordinator, but historically for Michigan, they can stop the run. They can't stop the pass, which is why they suck against Ohio State traditionally.
Also, I think this is the game of the week now. I think that's going to be the best game of the week now. It should be.
Penn State, Ohio State lost a little bit of its luster.
That's why I'm saying it.
Yeah.
If Penn State would have won last week, I think this would have been a big difference. But I think this is the game of the week.
Right now. I had someone ask me if they want to like watch the game with me, and I said no, because I'm going to be a ball of fucking stress.
Yeah, you are. Yeah, you will. You're going to like this one. Iowa plus 3.5 against Wisconsin at
Wisconsin
home.
covers.
Wisconsin covers? Do they win?
No.
Wisconsin doesn't win?
Yeah. No.
I don't know. They're starting to look good. They're starting to look better.
They're starting to look like win?
I can see it happening. I don't think it's a really good chance of it happening.
28-27.
Yeah, it's going to be less than that. They'll be lucky to both crack 20. Both of these
17-14.
offensive.
Same bet.
That's way more realistic.
Fine.
Whatever the
3-0.
over-under is. Here, James, if you want to take a bet here, take the under in the over-under.
Let me look at it because
it's probably going to be like 30. I would not be surprised if it was
41.
30.
I'm going to say 41.
If it's 30, I might take the over.
Yeah, if it's 30, I'm taking the over. I think it's like based on it, I would
36 and a half. I'm taking the under.
36 and a half?
36 and a half.
No, I'm taking the over.
I'd still take the over too.
Because
also, I just want to put out there, Wisconsin's
17.
favored in this game.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he fucked that up.
Wisconsin's favored by 3.
Oh, yeah.
Neutral site's even.
Oh, wait. Then I'm saying Iowa to cut. Whoa, wait. Wait, Wisconsin's favored?
Favored by 3. The spread's -3 in Wisconsin's favor.
Are you sure?
I'm staring at it right now. Do you want me to bring it on the screen? I can bring it on the screen.
Holy they're in Iowa.
We can't keep this up here very long, but here you go. They are favored right there.
They're playing at Iowa.
No, they're playing they're playing in
home.
Randall.
They're
playing at Randall.
Okay,
gotta take
mind.
that off.
I got confused.
No free ads here.
No, then I see Iowa covering. No, I changed my mind. Then Iowa covers that.
Well, yeah, that would mean that Iowa winning would cover.
Yeah,
I think Wisconsin
Iowa
does
wins.
have a good shot of winning this game.
Okay, I got very confused. My bad. Iowa wins.
The only way Wisconsin covers that is if they really stay true to Wisconsin football and try and run the ball down their throats. And it's not going to be easy because this is going to be just a defensive struggle from
also,
fucking
I would
hell.
like to point out really good football teams have slipped up against unranked teams. That Ohio State team that lost to Purdue a couple years ago was still a really good fucking football team. Iowa losing to an unranked team, it's fine. It happens.
We are going to talk about this on Thursday. Guaranteed.
Yeah.
But I do just want to put a bow on this conversation saying that Wisconsin was not only competitive against Penn State, but should have won the game against Penn State if not for Graham Mertz throwing the ball and fumbling the ball inside the goal line on two separate occasions.
That's because he's dog shit.
Okay, but that doesn't mean that if they start getting back to Wisconsin football, he can't be a serviceable enough quarterback for that team to be good enough.
Disagree, because they played Wisconsin football against Notre Dame and Graham Mertz fucked it up.
Yeah,
they were like 13-10 going into the fourth quarter, and he fucked it up.
He still threw the ball too many times. That's what you need out of Graham Mertz is to throw the ball under 15 times.
For the record, James does have a few other questions that we.
Yeah, I know.
He's starting to load them up. Yeah, he put Wisconsin down.
Let's rapid fire. Rapid fire.
Fresno State versus San Diego. San Diego won by 1.
I like Fresno. I like Fresno's offense.
I do like Fresno as well. San Diego's been rolling all year, but I think Fresno is that good of a team.
That would be a low. That's gonna be a low key good game.
Money line, North Carolina, Notre Dame. I got Notre Dame as well. I think North Carolina is just a bad team now. He's still firing at us. Boise State 2.5 against Colorado State.
I don't know enough about either team, but my friend really likes Boise State, so I'm going to pick Colorado State.
I like it. Thanks, James. If you got any more, throw them at us. Thank you as always.
I'll come back Thursday. We might get into some more details about each of the games since that is our college football podcast.
Definitely.
Thursday's I'm gonna throw with me, Kyle, and Keith.
And I'm definitely going to throw our socials because, James, you definitely got to check out the other ones. We got a Facebook page as well that we post content on. We have a TikTok. You can catch the audio if you don't want to sit and watch a video for an hour on Spotify, Anchor, Google Pods, and Apple Pods. And check out the TikTok.
We do that.
And T-Bone, if you go to Michigan,
you
better get a lot of good fucking TikTok content there.
I expect an interview with Jim Harbaugh.
With the khaki man himself.
Yeah.
The khaki man himself.
Oh, I could probably call the PR guy for him. For Michigan. Because I used to have to talk to some of the facilities and the PR people because we deliver my company delivers ice to their facilities. And we do it at Michigan. I think we do it at Michigan State too, but I know we do it at Michigan.
Okay.
I got a couple contacts.
Okay. Well, we're looking at about roughly 10 minutes. You guys want to go back to bickering about the biggest surprise of the season?
No, he's dumb. He's doing it to piss me off.
I'm
Good.
not actually like I
Working.
truly do feel
You're
that.
telling me when we did the preview, you're telling me that it's more surprising that the Cardinals are good than the Chiefs potentially missing the playoffs? You're telling me that's a bigger surprise? Because I think absolutely not.
I think my surprise is still better.
Yeah, I think I think that's the right answer. Actually, no, I'm pretty sure the Chiefs are the right answer.
They are tied for the best record in the AFC right now.
Which is ridiculous.
That's
right. Okay, that combination of the Chiefs missing the playoffs and the Bengals being atop of the AFC.
Also, the Raiders. The Raiders also are tied for the best in the AFC.
They're
Is
about to-
not
they're
as
about to
good as
blow
we
up.
all thought they
They're
was.
about to blow up.
Yeah.
You can only have an interim head coach for so long.
Your 5-2 teams in the AFC are Cincinnati, Vegas, Tennessee, and Baltimore. And then obviously Buffalo hasn't played yet, so they only have 2 losses as well.
Can we talk about how the Raiders have Gus Bradley on that coaching staff and didn't make him interim coach? Like the dude has head coach experience.
Yeah,
Like-
but that was such a disgruntled like team, and like if you pick the wrong guy, you're fucked for the season. The special teams coach deals with both offense and defense simultaneously, and probably has better relationship in general because you pull from both sides of the ball. So on an interim basis, I think special teams make the best interim head coaches. They have to interact with both.
If anybody, whoever's watching right now, give us a ranking of the biggest surprise of the year. The Cincinnati Bengals turning their team around and going 5-2, leaders of the division currently. The Kansas City Chiefs going from a Super Bowl to possibly missing the playoffs.
The toilet bowl.
Or Arizona starting the season 7-0 atop all of the NFL and possibly having an MVP candidate. What is your biggest surprise and what is your biggest surprise of the season as well?
Arizona.
The last question we
Can't wait till
have
he wins Coach of the
before
Year. I can't wait.
We got about like 7-8 minutes left. Let's talk about Packers Cardinals. The biggest storyline, unfortunately, revolving around this game is not that it's the Packers and the Cardinals. It's about COVID.
Doesn't matter.
Devontae Adams and Alan Lazard both have COVID, which
COVID's not real.
tipped the scales. Oh,
Hey,
do
Kyrie.
not. We're not. No, we're not doing that.
Hashtag conspiracy.
Hashtag you're off. Hashtag you're cut off. You're canceled.
Cancel me.
Have you ever seen COVID and Devontae Adams in the same room at the same time? I
Nope.
think not.
Nope. Neither have I.
Yeah, but okay, let's be honest. Like, I mean, I still think Cardinals win. I think it's a closer game than people are going to give it credit because you said it's what 6.5.
6.5
for the Cardinals. The Cardinals are at home.
Mm-hmm.
Packers, for some reason, play well. I think
they play well late. Those games.
I think they play well when Devontae Adams not. They've won the last 6 games without Devontae Adams. He missed like 2 or 3 games like a year or 2 ago. Like the last 2 years, he's missed like 6 games and they've won them all. It makes the Packers probably a better, well-rounded offense.
Go pick up Randall Cobb right now. Right now.
Yeah.
Right the fuck now.
Yeah, because he like MVS, I think, is still hurt.
I believe so.
And if
so you're going to see St. Brown.
It's gonna be EQ, MVS, and Cobb. Probably a lot more Aaron Jones and like a slot kind of scat back kind of thing, with Dylan being more of the actual, or Tunyon. Tunyon's probably the best play. Big Rob Tunyon.
We're going to see a decent amount of Amari Rogers as well.
Ooh,
Marquez MVS is out. He's on IR.
So
Devontae's out and Lazard is out, which means your wide receivers for this game are Randall Cobb, EQ, Amari Rogers, and Malik Taylor.
Oh, so still a better receiving core than the Eagles.
What the fuck did we do to you? What the fuck did we do to you?
You're just a bitter old man, dude.
It's his fucking fault right there.
Bitter old man.
Yeah, but that was a ricochet shot. I didn't do shit to you. Didn't fucking do
I
it.
curved the bullet. I got you both. I curved the bullet.
Piece of shit.
Angelina Jolie, James McAvoy. Name that movie. Wonky, go.
Wanted.
There it is.
Mm-hmm. Who leads this game in receiving yards for the Packers?
Robert Tunyon.
Or
Aaron Jones.
I think Aaron Jones. I think it's probably Aaron Jones.
What?
That's
okay,
another big
my
one.
camera just went bright again. I didn't do nothing.
Yeah, that was weird as fuck.
I literally I witnessed it.
Did you just see?
I gotta say, you look much better with the lights off.
Did you just see God?
I did.
I think he looks better with a paper bag on, but that's just mine. That's just me.
I don't know why I'm taking that shot.
I mean,
Wow.
he started the shot and I just killed it.
Dude,
He said you
come
look
on,
better with
Davis.
the lights
Nobody
down.
wants to be a Lions fan.
Yeah, that's fair. I got no argument for that one. I got nothing.
That's true.
So do
Except
we all
one.
think the Cardinals are winning this game?
I don't
can see some
know.
Aaron Rodgers
Whoa,
magic.
whoa. What the fuck? All right, let's get rid of that. No, just go look at our comments real quick.
What?
Yeah, we got a troller.
We got a botter? Did we get
Yeah,
a
we
botter?
we got a troll. I don't
Holy
even
crap!
think it
Are
was
we
a bot.
popular enough to get trolls now? Look at us go!
I just got
Oh.
rid of him real fucking quick.
Oh.
What
Holy
the
shit!
hell?
The guy's name was Adolf Hitler Nazi Party. Kill all Jews forever. Yeah,
Davis,
What are
you
we
just said his
doing?
I
name.
just
You gave him what
blocked-
he wanted.
I just blocked the fuck out of him. Fuck off. I might even
thought
edit
we
that.
were-
I
thought
might
we
even
were
edit
free
that
speech
out.
over
I might
here.
even
thought
edit
we were
that
free
out.
Speech. We're not free speech here anymore.
Dude,
That's not
James even
American.
called that.
Un-American.
James, you got a troll, man.
What
Un-American.
was that?
What the fuck?
Oh,
I missed it.
Welcome to the internet. I was not going to give him the light of day. Fuck
Come
that. I
on,
was,
man.
No.
Freedom of speech. We're open conversations here.
T-Bone, shut the hell up, bro.
That's bad.
I almost need another topic just to get
Do you
that
think,
off
do you
my
think that was
fucking
like an actual
brain.
bot, or do you think that was like a person who has no life?
That was a bot because they came in way too fucking quick.
If you weren't a bot, I need you to start a new account.
They can't hear us. I blocked them.
Oh, okay, never mind.
I didn't just delete his comments. I
yeah, what
blocked
if they
him.
went to YouTube?
I can't unblock him either.
Do you block him on what?
YouTube.
What if he went to Facebook?
He doesn't have us on Facebook, guaranteed.
You don't know that.
He
watches
how
us
did we
on
get
YouTube.
James? How did we get James? James, you came from YouTube. I can see his comments are from YouTube.
Yeah, I know that, but I'm just saying the other guy could go to Facebook, no problem.
That'd be cool. We'd get another follower.
Ooh. This guy's
Without Devontae Adams
followers.
and without Alan Lazard, the Packers are not as potent on offense, and their defense is already really damaged. The only good thing I will say is that Jalen Smith did look pretty damn good.
So did Merciless.
Yeah, Merciless looked pretty good too. So I like it. We got anything else to get off our chest for this week?
Wonky's a terrible person. I can't wait. I can't just wait until
We need to
Cliff
get that
Kingsbury-
sound clip of that laugh right there.
Just wait until Cliff Kingsbury wins Coach of the Year. Can't wait.
Just wait till the
Zach Taylor.
Falcons go on a win streak and win the NFC South.
Zach Taylor
Doesn't matter
was
because
supposed to
I'm still gonna have. I will happily pay your shekels when my Arizona Cardinals have the Super Bowl trophy.
also not
Fine.
happening.
Definitely not happening.
Definitely not happening.
My parlay bet looking okay. We got the Braves in the World Series. That's right. Then we need the Bucks and the Cardinals. That's
Well,
right.
the Bucks look pretty fucking good right now.
I mean, people are gonna say that Miami game. I'm like, yeah, well, they were missing like everybody.
Drew Holiday, Brooke Lopez, Rodney Hood, Semi Ojale, Dante.
We got anything else?
I'm just going through matchups to see if there's any marquee matchups this weekend, real quick.
Well,
And you got Patriots, Chargers,
Eh.
Saints, Buccaneers,
Eh.
Cowboys, Vikings,
Eh.
Browns, Steelers. Not really.
Eagles, Lions, baby. That's what I'll be watching.
Yeah, we're all gonna know that's gonna be the Lions getting their first win this weekend.
Hey, go Lions.
yeah, the best
Go
game of the
Lions.
weekend is probably Thursday.
Thursday. The only game I think Panthers Falcons could be a good looking game, but it's not gonna be that. Hey, he's back.
What's his name now?
I'm not saying that.
I wanna know.
saying that. I'm not saying that.
How do I see it? I wanna
I'm not
see it.
saying
I
that.
wanna see it.
I'm not saying that. It's the
Someone send me a
same troller. It's gotta be the same troller.
What the hell?
I'll leave it, but I'm gonna end the broadcast and then I'll show you after we're done, all right?
T-Bone, just look at the comments on the right side.
There it is.
Oh,
We're troll famous now.
Oh my god.
this is great.
Well, in all of that trolling, we have James chiming in again with I like the Bengals big this weekend. They are taking on the Jets, so they should win by at least a couple scores. Lions get their first win this weekend, so he agrees with myself.
Don't click the wrong thing, David.
I'm trying so fucking hard not
Okay,
to.
We got to end it. 'Cause I'm about to lose composure.
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah, I gotta.
This is the Davis Sports Feud. For the time being, we'll talk to you. We'll talk to you guys soon. Check us out on all of our socials. We'll talk to you guys soon. We're out later.
Eat that W, Philly. Put it on his head. Says Wesley Matthews Jr.
Dodgers win! Finally! The wait is over!
What's going on, guys? And we're back with the Davis Sports Feud, and I got my buddy Corey Sparks here.
Crossed up, definitely pushed by Paul George. Everything's a push these days.
I just don't think this offense is going to work very well, especially under a defensive coach like Robert.
But I would still probably take like Najee Harris over one of the ones.